today's going to be a super quick tutorial on where to apply blusher and bronzer. I get asked this question all the time by my clients, and so I figured, do you know what? I'm going to do a video. So the whole idea of blusher really is to make you look kind of younger, fresher, brighter. So it's completely different from bronzer, two very different things. A lot of people I find confuse the two and they try to use a bronzer as a blusher. But don't forget the blush, girls, you know? Blush is what keeps us looking youthful. So today I'm going to be using a NARS blush in a very, very classic colour called Orgasm. Just taking that on a natural fibred blusher brush. Now I know blusher brushes can tend to be quite expensive, and so a lot of people sometimes opt for like the cheaper ones that are sold at the drugstore, which are synthetic. They just don't pick up powder products as well as a natural haired one will. So even if you do save for a blusher brush, it's a really good investment. I've got a slightly rounder face, so if I took it completely on the apple, which would probably be if I smile, just about here, it's going to shorten my face. I want to always lengthen my face. If you have like a round face like me, you know, I use the lowermost part of my cheek to apply the blush. So it really helps to lengthen my face. So starting just about there and blending outwards. So onto my bronzer. So for my bronzer, I'm going to be using Physicians Formula bronzing powder. It's talc-free mineral bronzer. Really like this. I think it's absolutely great value for money. Brilliant colour as well. So for anyone who is a skin tone that's similar to mine and even fairer, will probably find that this bronzer is going to be super natural. It's not too dark and it's not too orange. I'm going to go in with exactly the same blusher brush that I've used to apply my bronzer. Now the idea of bronzer is to give you a sun-kissed look. So as if you're like sitting outside somewhere really nice and warm with something really nice to drink, and really kind of like as if what your skin would look like if the sun was just to like kiss you, you know? That's the idea of bronzer. So I know when I sit in the sun, and like most people, the area which goes darkest the quickest would be my forehead, and so that's the area that I want to concentrate that on. I'm going to take it here on the side, on the two temples of the forehead, just here, into the hairline, and I'm going to bring that down slightly because this is going to help to also contour my face. Now if you have a hairline which is further forward, you might not want to add as much bronzer here as I'm going to. And I've kept this middle part of the face lighter. So around the sides of the face, I'm really kind of taking it here underneath the cheekbone. Now if you're unsure as to where to apply bronzer as a contour, take your brush and from the top of the ear here, join it to the side of the corner of the mouth, and you'll see it's along that line that the bronzer ought to be placed. You can also just take it slightly down the centre of the nose as well, just on the chin, and if you want to, you can also take it underneath the chin on both sides, just to kind of really give you much more of like a cut, slender looking face. But that does go more into contouring, which we're going to kind of do in another video. By keeping the centre of the face lighter, what you're also doing is kind of creating the illusion of a more three-dimensional face, as opposed to taking the bronzer and like taking it all over the face. So I hope this helped everybody out on as to where to apply your blusher and bronzer. Thanks so much for watching, and if there's any questions or comments, please feel free to leave it below. Thanks again guys, have a wonderful day.